1.
Right, okay, now we're going to solve equations where the unknown appears more than once. So a really simple example of that would be something like 3x equals 2x plus 1. And here our unknown, which is x, appears more than once. Okay, so they're the sorts of things that we can do. Now, we can't use the method that we did last time about construction of the expression and creating a list of operations and working through backwards until we only have one unknown. So what we need to do is to say that if the unknown appears more than once, we try to gather them together. Try to gather them together on the same side of the equation. Same side of the equation. Okay. All right, so for example, how can we gather the x's together? Well, we can do that by subtracting something from both sides in this occasion. So if we've got our 3x equals 2x plus 1, if we subtract this 2x from both sides, then we will eliminate the 2x from the right-hand side. So let's do that. So 3x minus the 2x, that leaves us x. And the 2x minus an x gives us nothing, and we're left with our answer, which is x equals 1. Okay, so we subtracted 2x from both sides. Let's try another example. 4x equals 3 minus 2x. So here, what we want to do is to remove the x's from this side. So we're going to notice that we've got minus 2x here. So if we add 2x to both sides, that removes the 2x from here. So if we add 2x to 4x, we get 6x. And if we add the 2x to minus 2x, we get nothing, plus the 3 that's already there, so we get 3. Now, once we've got a single x, we can apply the rules that we had last time. So we know that if we construct from the x, we multiply by 6. So we must do the opposite of multiply by 6, which is divide both sides by 6. So we get x equals 3 over 6, or x equals a half. Let's have a look at some other ones. So here we've got, say, something like 3x minus 10 in brackets equals 7x minus 4 in brackets. Again, we've got x appearing in two places, so we've got to somehow try and gather these things together. Now, so the first thing we need to do is to multiply out these brackets. So let's do that. So we get 3 times the x is 3x, and then we get minus 3 times 10, which is 30. So minus 30, this minus, this minus. And then we multiply the 7 times the x, and we get 7x, and the 7 times the minus 4, we do minus 28. Now what we want to try and do now is to gather the x's together. So if we look to see which is the largest lot of x's, that's on the right hand side, the 7x's. So it seems sensible to subtract 3x from both sides. Now you could subtract 7x from both sides and you get to find the same answer eventually, but the best thing to do is to subtract the smaller number from both sides. So here we get 3x minus 3x is nothing, minus 30 that's left on over there, and then we get 7x minus the 3x is 4x, minus the 28. And now we want to get a way of solving this. Now remember what we do is we start off, we've only got a single x by the way now, so we can use this method of construction. Start with the x and construct, start off by multiplying by 4, and then once we've got that we subtract 28, and then we go through backwards. So we're going to add 28 to both sides first of all. So add 28 to the left hand side, and add 28 to the right hand side. The minus 28 goes away because we've got minus 28 plus 28. Minus 30 plus 28 is minus 2. So we've got this now. And then once we've done that, we can now divide both sides by 4. So let's divide both sides by 4. And therefore we get x is minus 2 over 4 cancel down. -1/2 is the answer. So if we get an x appearing more than once, we're going to need to do something to gather the x's together. Let's look at a harder example. Let's look at something like this. Okay, so the first thing you might notice here is that we've got fractions and we've got x's appearing more than once. So we need to sort of try and gather things together first of all. Now, fractions sort of causes a little difficulty. So our first step is to get rid of these fractions. So we're going to do that, we're going to multiply both sides by 2, because this is divided by 2. And we're also going to multiply both sides by 3, because this is divided by 3. So if we multiply both sides by 2 and by 3, we might as well do it in one go and multiply both sides by 6. So let's do that. So we multiply both sides by 6. So we're going to have what we've already got times 6. I'll put this in brackets just so that it's clear. And we're going to multiply this by 6. And if we do that, we can cancel down now. This 6 divided by 2, or 6 divided by 2 is 3. And 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay, so now we're left with this bracket times 3. And we can rearrange the order of those if we wish. And now we're left with a similar example as before. So we now multiply both sides, so multiply the brackets. So we get 3x plus 9 is 2x plus 4. And now we've got x's on still in 2 places, so we now have to subtract 2x from both sides. And now we get 3x minus 2x is x. The 9 that's there, 2x minus 2x is nothing. And now we're going to subtract 9 from both sides. And we get our answer.